The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, we took on the Ardennes. Not a good finish for us. It rained heavy. We were sort of in between strategies, but Falco still got himself 3 points. But now we are gearing up for Vancouver, Canada. Looks like qualifying may be a little bit rainy with a high tire wear, so the race will be on supers if it doesn't rain, but looks like the race may be clear. As far as qualifying goes, though, we may be on intermediates and wets. It saves those slick tires, which is all well and good. 28 laps is the name of the game. We are 7 days away from unlocking Test Track 2. We're working on performance improvements over the next 16 days with the car, so let's go ahead and get on to it. Car repair complete, and it looks like sponsors are coming in. Slot 4 will be the slot that we are working for this particular race. Team payments under the what? Under the microscope. I was going to say under the table. International championship bosses will be voting on a rule change which would see the championship's prize money adjusted in favor of the smaller teams. Oh, no. We're a pretty big team now. We'll finish okay in the points. We want bigger up top. All right, we've got 3 offers in slot 4. Looks like $300,000 per race over 13 races, or we can get an upfront payment and $150,000. Let's see, so that is 9 to math. See, this one's easy. 200,000 plus 2 million. I kind of want to do the fixed pay per race, that way we don't bleed so bad. Looking at the next sponsor that opens up is Brutus Tires in slot 2 in 2 races. That will be after Yokohama, Japan. So if we can get a sponsor that floats us for the last 4, that might be good. So the question is, do we staunch the bleeding or do we just take an upfront payment? I'm not going to be building any parts anytime soon, so I think it would be best for us to take the $3 million here plus. So nothing up front, but, you know, staunch the bleeding just a bit per race, and that is all well and good. Upgraded test track done right there. So sweet. Test track is level 2 of 3, allows us to build epic engines, so that will be the key next year. It also improves the cornering and overtaking rate, so that is awesome. We have a test track level 2 on board. There's the GT Challenger running my favorite race, Phoenix, 7 of 11. Good job, Adam Ambrose. Wonder if he's any relation to Marcos Ambrose. Who knows? All right, here's our vote. So I think we are going to spend a vote against this one. Yes, I know we're better than third. All right, so we do not want the smaller teams. Let's see, wait. A large difference, rewarding the top teams at a greater rate than the small teams. That's not what the vote was for. So we will vote for. We'll use all 3 voting powers. So next year we might be able to make some bank. So there we go, 5, 6. Vote approved. So our extra vote weight definitely changed that. So, nice. High merit payments. So as long as we do well next season in the grand scheme of things, we'll be making a whole lot more money. Track practice, now what? Dilemma. One of my contacts told me there's an open slot at Tondela for a bit of practice. If I could get some quality time, it's $1 million, but he becomes a Tondela expert. I think he'll be fine. I don't think we need to waste $1 million getting him. Nope, I need you here. No impact, which is good. Good job, Enrica. So I think Enrica would be fine. All right, performance work will be done here soon. Yep, concerns. I know, I got it. You tell me every single week about the finances. All right, performance work is done there. Factory staff is idle. Let's work on improving the next few parts that we got. So we've got 2 brakes, 2 engines. Next up can be the gearbox. So the 926 and the 896, as well as probably our suspension. So 15 days after the race, we're going to work on our gearbox and suspension parts. And we are going to travel to Vancouver, and someone is hated by his own mechanics, Ferraccio. Well, that sucks for Ferraccio, but let's go for our 4th or above. We might break even here with a good qualifying. All of our parts should be on the car as per usual. So, yep, Falco's got that one and that one. That one and that one are good engines. Those are good. And then we really can't do anything else besides that. So we are all set to go racing in Vancouver. I will see you after qualifying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our worst qualifying of the year, last and next to last. Q1 started to rain. I was out on slicks. That slowed me down. By the time we got our cool lap in and got the tires changed to intermediates, the track got really, really wet, and we just could not make up any ground. But the fact that we're both back here, we can change up our strategy. So what I'll do is I'll give Enrica some ultra softs. I have her still doing the strategy to where she is racing on super softs, but this will basically just set them apart. Enrica can try to make up a lot of spots on the start. Falco can ride those super softs throughout the whole race, and I think that strategy will come into play. Of course, with Enrica, I'm going to push her as hard as I can. Falco, though, we can keep in the middle and see how he fares. We'll just push him just a little bit. Falco's under our control now, so we can do anything we want to with Falco. We'll keep the fuel at a medium burn and see if our parts can last. We're down to 85%. Now, we'll also keep a lookout for any rain that may be in the forecast. As of now, through lap 7 is dry. But Enrica is going to go for broke as much as she can, and Falco is going to be right there also trying to make up spots. The car setup was like 96 and 98, so unfortunately we got bit by the weather, and it wasn't a car performance that we were so out to lunch on, it was the strategy itself. So let's see if we can make up some spots here. It looks like Falco and Enrica are struggling to make up spots, and that's just because they're back here in traffic. Enrica is going to push everything she's got to try to get past Falco. I'm not going to issue any team orders, though. Enrica's just going to have to use some of that chrome horn and move them out of the way. 26 laps to go, 11 in the tank. And yeah, it looks like these guys are rolling roadblocks. We're still within range, but unfortunately, we're just like right here. We're taking bad lines. We can't get under them. There we go. Have Enrica open some holes for Falco to follow through. That would be pretty good. 25 laps to go. Enrica is pushing as hard as she can. She's going to be okay. It looks like the front group is also on the ultra soft, so when those tires really start to give up, we'll pit Enrica first, keep Falco out, and keep the super softs on him rather than the ultras. But Enrica's going to be making up as many spots as she can here. So rain is not going to be an issue for the foreseeable future. She's at 36% on the tires. I'm thinking maybe next time by, she can pit, sort of get off cycle, and really make up some spots here. All right, so 25% passing pit road this time. I know you want to pit for fresh tires. There's the first group there. Enrica, go ahead and get on super softs. Fuel, fill her up, and parts should be looking just fine and dandy. So instead of pushing Enrica this hard, we'll go to a neutral. That way she can sort of maintain those tires through this lap. But we're up to 7th and 8th. Falco is on a differing strategy, though. He's going to keep these tires under him for as long as possible. And then Enrica is going to be on the super softs here. So Enrica falling back, coming to pit road here. Falco, we still don't have to pit next time by. Tires are on, fuel is in, down and away, and we'll just keep Enrica at a regular push until the temperature starts to climb, and then she can just cruise for a little bit, keep those tires under her. So 20th is way the crap back there. I don't know what happened to Tyler, but we should be sitting pretty. Falco is in the mix here amongst his peers. There's the leader right there, so not a bad charge for Falco. His tire wear is very similar to the leader, so this is basically the leader's strategy. Let's go ahead and go neutral on Enrica so she don't burn up those tires. Everyone that she's racing around has worse tires than her, so we'll just watch and see that tire degradation fall. If we see the leaders come to pit road, we may join them, but it looks like he can go around one more time. So this will put us at lap 10 with 18 to go, and I think 12 is in the tank, so that's a 6-lap stint. We'll go around one more time after this. I think Falco isn't going to lose too much time here to the leader. I know your tire wear is getting bad, but you'll be coming to pit road soon there, Falco. And we'll see where he shakes out in the grand scheme of things. All right, Falco is past pit road. We will pit him next time by for another set of super softs. Fill him up. 12 seconds. So our last pit stop will be very little fuel, or as little fuel as possible. Let's just have him push this last little stint. Second place is coming to pit road as well, and Enrica is going to be in the hunt. Her tires are still maintaining. We've got some ultra softs just a few seconds behind us, chewing through those. Here comes Falco down on pit road. Tires are on, and car is filled. So Falco will come out 16th, just a few spots, or 17th, just a little bit behind Enrica. So we're pretty much even keel, except Enrica's tires are pretty bad. So we sort of need to outwit these folks and see when they decide to pit. There's one on pit road. If a few drivers have really shaved their parts, they may feature some failure, which is very nice. And of course, if a full course caution were to come out, we could get both drivers on pit road very quickly. Unfortunately, the ideal setting would be Falco ahead of Enrica, so he wouldn't have to take fuel. He would just be down 3 seconds worth of tires and away, and then Enrica could fill up on the full course yellow, but we got to do what we got to do. So far, it's a net gain for us. There's only a few ultra softs left in the race. And Enrica's got 7 laps in the tank. How is the weather looking? No rain. Track grip is going to continue to increase. So the race will stay clear. Almost a top 10 for Enrica. The car in front of her is pitting. Really chewed up those tires there. Now, the longer we can go in this stint, the better off we'll be. If we can get on ultras right on the last stint, that would be really good. A nice twofer for Enrica right there, making up spots. Tanakuchi has very low tire wear. I know you're churning through them. You can roll back there, Falco. Car in front of Enrica is pitting. We may be a few laps away from pitting with Enrica. 12 laps to go, and that is a fuel run, but that is not a tire run. So if we're going to be on pit road 2 more times, or one more time anyway, it would make sense to split a set of ultra softs and do like 6 and 6, and just really burn through those tires. All right, so 11 laps to go. We will pit. Next time by for Enrica. Let's see, we can fill up. 10 laps remaining. There's 10.5. Now the question is, I don't think these tires can last the whole stint. So with Enrica, I could try to do something cheeky and get ultra softs on her. But if we're not taking fuel, that's a really quick pit stop. I think with Enrica, we have more to gain. But I mean, Falco's right there as well. So Falco, we can play the safe strategy. Enrica, we can sort of push a bit. So when she fills up and gets those ultra softs on, we are going to keep Enrica at a very high push. We'll just have her attack all the way. Get the most out of those tires. And then Falco can come around in a few more laps time and stretch out those tires a bit. So this will be the... Enrica will have 2 stops left. And then Falco will come down for his last stop here in a moment. We'll try to go a few more laps. We want only enough tires on it to really last. So We'll go around one more time. There'll be 8 laps to go. We're going to attack. And then we'll pit Falco next time by for... Let's just play it safe. The Super Softs is where we have the advantage. We'll only do 2 laps of fuel. And then we'll pit there. So Enrica in 13th, really pushing hard. She's got excess fuel, but not excess tires. She's going to have to make up as much ground as possible here. But Falco, I'm sort of playing the safe bet. All right, so Falco, we can go neutral the rest of the way. He's going to be down and away. Jack is up, tires are on, fuel is in. Mistake on the fuel. So he comes out in 14th. A 3-second mistake would put him right there next to Enrica. And that is unfortunate. But Falco is not coming to pit road anymore this race. If a few more decide to pit, that is all gravy. 7 laps to go. We know Falco will make up 1 spot when Enrica pits. Enrica, lay it down. Go for broke, please. Yeah, 6 laps to go. This will be just a quick tire change. Bergman is on pit road. And Bergman actually got out in front of us on those Super Softs. So Enrica running in 5th. Bergman has fresh Super Softs. That is incredible tire conservation on the behalf of Bergman. All right, pit this time, Enrica. Your set of Ultras, we don't have to take any fuel. Just 2 seconds on the board and keep on pushing. 5 laps to go. Falco will stay out. We could probably actually push Falco a little bit more. Enrica down and away, 14th, and she is going to have a good run here. We'll put her on high. A few parts are in the red zone. But we'll see if she can make up any of these spots. How's Falco? Falco's parts are looking good. He's got excess fuel. We'll put him on high. And we'll actually just attack the last few laps here. So Enrica and Falco both have excess fuel. With 2 laps to go, we'll really burn the engines. So Enrica's going to be pushing hard. She's right there. There's Falco in 9th. I think he might be able to catch this little pack here. And Trenoweth is trying... Nope, ignore it, Enrica. You're not in the points, so you might as well just push. All right, high overtake, 3.5. High overtake, Falco. I know your tire temps are high, but you have to push. Give me everything you've got. Falco looks to the inside. There is 6th. 5th is right there. Looks like some parts may be failing. And then he's got quite the gain that he needs to get here. We've got plenty of fuel for this burn. Falco looking to the outside. Tires are going to be okay. Falco makes the pass for 5th. That's points, and I believe Enrica is in the points as well. She ran a little wide, but gathered it up. And across the line, looks like Falco is going to finish 5th, and Enrica is going to finish 8th. So overall, not bad considering we started 20th and 18th. I think we really would have had something for them if we had started further up, and, you know, that's my mistake. Overall, it was a good race for us. A good points day. You know, everything I could have wanted. And if any of these guys in front of us cheated, that'll get us some spots. I'm kind of hoping they cheated. Kind of hoping they cheated indeed, because we didn't. So, Ultras for 9 laps, Ultras for 8. And then Falco did that same exact strategy, except on Super Softs. And then Enrica split her last run right there, much like Floridi did. All right, of course we didn't break any rules. And the person in front of us didn't break rules, but Will Hume was the fastest lap. So 5 points for us overall. Falco with 4 and Enrica with 1, she pointed in. That puts Falco solidly in 3rd. Well, not solidly, but in 3rd, Enrica in 6th. Overall standings 39, so we're 3 points behind Spartan. So that was our goal. That's exactly where we said we were going to finish. So as long as we continue to do that very same thing, we'll be okay. We weren't planning on winning the championship this year. This is a team building year with all those parts to carry over. I do want to have enough parts with a few weeks to go to build some really shoddy parts. We may go into the red, which of course Thomas Winthrop is not going to be too awful happy about, but it's essential for next year. Yeah, Falco is slowly losing. Enrica's still gaining. She's almost at max potential, but Falco, it might be time for old Falco to see himself out the door. But only 1.8 million loss. So that is 2 races in the bank that we can stay positive, and not just stay positive in the bankroll, but stay positive in our demeanor. And next is Japan with no risk of rain and a medium tire wear. So softs are going to be the name of the game. And acceleration and high-speed corners. Awesome. Cruise, car condition, interview, which one of your drivers is better? Oh, I'd love to have Partinen. Nice. So let me see what he's got here. Overtaking. He's a solid driver. He's a 4-star, and he is just a reserve driver. He's got 16 months left on his contract, though. But he isn't happy. So we could probably offer him a bit if we were to... I wonder if he would pay to break his contract. He don't mind who gets the payouts. Contract length, shoot. Now his reserve status, or his status is fairly important. So how long is he buttered up for? 50 weeks? So come negotiation time, come the end of the year, we can talk to him. We've got him highlighted. He might not be a bad secondary driver, or even a primary behind Enrica. So let's take a look at our drivers and our situation here. Falco's got 4 months, so Enrica's the number 2. We could bring him over as the number 1 driver in place of Falco, get a better driver, and that would be pretty awesome. All right, so do we approach him? Because his cost per race would be really high. We can't have 2 number 1 drivers on the team. That would be a pretty bad dynamic, I think. But definitely in the off season, like as soon as that the season is over, we'll approach him for sure. But that's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for the next race in Motorsport Manager. Take care.